Nate, now that you've presented as an alpha, there are things you need to know about. And most importantly, you need to learn to respect girls. Boys, too. I don't want to make assumptions about your sexuality. You're probably still figuring it out yourself anyway. Are you? Do you want to talk about it? Because I'm here to listen if you do. When Nate didn't answer, but just stared at me like I was an alien life form, I started rambling. It's normal to get feelings down there. Sometimes you'll wake up with an erection for no reason and—
Dear God, please tell me my mate isn't attempting to give you the talk.
I glanced up to see Leaf standing in the doorway. He giggled adorably and walked right in.
Hi, cutie, I'm Leaf, and it appears that I arrived just in time to save you from having to hear Cyrus tell you about the birds and the bees. Totally awkward.
Nate's face softened as he began to snicker. Leaf was pretty irresistible, I had to admit. Hi, Leaf. Yeah, you arrived in the nick of time. I might have had to school the old man here on a few things. I'm Nate, but you probably know that. He reached out to shake Leaf's hand, but my mate used it to yank him up from the bed and give him a hug instead. I was impressed by how natural he made it look. The two of them were the same size, I realized, when I saw them standing face to face.
Don't worry, Cyrus knows everything he needs to know in that department. So, I hear you got in trouble for making out at school, huh? That's probably what my fierce Papa Bear really wanted to discuss with you. Forgive me for poking my nose in, but can we just agree that wasn't the best idea for you to hide in a closet with a girl?
Leaf took a step back, his hands holding Nate's shoulders as he looked him in the eye. Nate nodded awkwardly. We didn't mean for things to go that far. We just wanted to try it. I guess I didn't think that through too well. I winced when Leaf took a seat on Nate's bed, pulling the boy down to sit beside him. I made a mental note to warn him later about the comforter being a possible biohazard area. Maybe I'd bring a black light in and demonstrate? That might be rude, and most likely disgusting. Leaf didn't seem aware of the danger as he got comfortable.
You definitely did not think it through. This is true. Otherwise, you wouldn't have gotten caught, right? Wow, this is an awkward conversation to have the first time we meet. It's just that I feel like I know you already. Cyrus told me a lot about you, and Axel was just filling in a few more blanks while we chatted. Oh, and can I just say that Axel is super cool? He's totes adorbs. I told him that we are destined to be best friends. There's just no choice in the matter. I even licked the back of his hand.
You did what? I found myself interrupting as I blurted that out in shock.
Calm down, Papa Bear. Haven't you ever heard the phrase, I licked it and it's mine? Obviously, I had to lick the back of his hand if I was going to claim him as my bestie. Full disclosure, I made him lick the back of my hand too. And you can't be mad because there is nothing sexy about licking the back of someone's hand.
My gaze heated as I stared back at my frisky mate. Why do I suddenly feel challenged to prove how sexy licking the back of your hand could be? Gross! You guys mind keeping that out of my room? Nate made a gagging noise as he looked back and forth between us. Considering what I walked in on while you were video chatting with your girlfriend— Dude, can we not with that? Bro code, Cyrus. You're not supposed to acknowledge when you catch someone doing stuff like that. God. And for the record, she's not my girlfriend. She's— Nate's voice trailed off as he tried to come up with a descriptive that worked for him. Leaf giggled and patted Nate's shoulder.
Let's just call her your special friend for now. So, am I the only one getting hungry around here? We should probably discuss dinner at some point, don't you think?